Well, welcome again to the Living Room series. This is week 9, and we're really happy that you've taken the time to join us tonight. I know everybody's got a lot going on, it seems, as we're starting to slowly get out there a little bit more, so we're happy that you are with us tonight. As I've been thinking about the music and the program, I've kept feeling this feeling of invitation that the times that we're in right now, these past many months, have felt to me like it's almost been an invitation for us to use this time of being inside, this time of being a little bit more isolated and quieter and alone and not doing as much externally we're being invited to ask ourselves some questions. Who am I? Who are you? What is God? What is mine to do? What is love like? There's just so many things we're being asked, I think, and invited to think about what's important. And as my life reflecting what I feel is important and what I'm feeling called to do. So the next piece of that in my mind is the invitation is the first part, and I think that goes along with the first unity principle. God's everywhere present and always present. So the invitation is always there, but I don't always answer it, and so sometimes it's a question of readiness. I think most of the time it's a question of readiness. I have to be ready, and I'm not always ready, but even if I'm not always ready, I have to at least be ready to answer that invitation. And so I was thinking about, as a kid, I went to YMCA camp a few times, and I remember that very first time when I had to stand at the end of the diving board and they were had to jump off, and I was terrified. I did not want to do it. I was not ready. I wasn't even ready to be ready. And I was crying, and I knew I wanted to accomplish it, but I was just so afraid. And finally, though, a little part of me said yes, and I got ready. And I didn't dive in, but I jumped in. And so it made me think of the song, Get Ready My Soul by Daniel Nahmod. It's a great song, and I think it's so appropriate for the times right now. We have to say yes to that invitation. Get ready, my soul, because I'm diving in. I have to admit I'm not always there, but I want to be there. I want to be in that yes, that I'm diving in. So get ready, my soul, look out. And I'm going to dive into the deepest kind of love and the sweetest kind of life. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever been, everything that I've dreamed of, it's all brought me here right now to this present moment. And that's what I'm talking about. Everything we've ever lived has brought us as a world, as one people, one world. It's brought us to this point. And so I chose this song as the opening song, Get Ready My Soul, because I'm diving in. So please join me on this one. Daniel Nahmod. Here we go, are you ready? Get ready, I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. Say it, even if it's tentative at first. When I sing that song, it gets stronger and stronger as I go along, and I'm readier and readier. So that's a good one to bring you back, to answer that invitation that's always there, the presence of God always calling. If it's up to us to listen to that call. And then from that place of answering that call, then we have the opportunity to find out what it is ours to do. And during these times that we're living through right now, it's so important to be clear about who I am and clear about who everyone else is, because that is how then I will find a way to be that peace, to be that change, to be what is needed from each of us right now to make some of these changes happen that make the world a better place for everyone. And so there's a time that we are to be alone and be separate, but there's a time when we are ready to come together and unite the desire that I think we all have to be peaceful, to sing in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a choice for love. And there's a really great song by Fred Bogert. Fred came to Unity Spiritual Center many years ago now, and he sang this song, and our choir sang along with him, and it's just a fabulous ballad, and I think it could not be more perfect for the time today. And to me it speaks about that second unity principle, because if I can remember who I am a child of God. I can also know that you are as well. It's not just me, we all are. And we are all one. We are all one with each other. And as we remember that, who we are, then it's easier and easier to answer that invitation. The invitation to ask, what is mine to do? What does love look like? How can I be the change or be the peace that I want to see in the world? So we're going to sing this song together by Fred Bogert, One Voice. There is a time to be alone, each one of us a separate being. There is a place that we can go inside the little private world we call our own. And there's a place we rise above. We unify and celebrate the way we love. To sing in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art. To set aside our differences, to realize the gift it is, to raise a joyous voice in one voice. There is a longing for a place where we all belong. There's never been a better time for us all to sing one song in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art. To sing in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art. To sing in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art. To set aside our differences, to realize the gift it is, to raise a joyous noise in one voice. Oh, yay, Fred. That's a great song. I really love that song. It made me think of the Circle the City with Love event that was held around our Labyrinth at Unity Spiritual Center last Sunday. There might be pictures of it on our website, but keep checking our website, unityspiritualcenter.com, to see some of the ways that we are discovering to connect with community, to unite with each other, to make a difference. So lots of activities, both online. Our services are online every Sunday remotely at 11 o'clock. There's classes, there's community Zoom rooms that we use. There's all kinds of things going on, and more people have thought of ways to gather in the parking lot and find other ways to start safely connecting with one another. So this song, I hope you will listen to it again and really let that come in. As we get back in the hall, we're for sure going to be singing that as a group, so look for that down the road. One voice. And so one of the things that I know gets in the way of finding that, answering that invitation, for me anyway, is my stories that I tell and my thoughts. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking, but I think we get into trouble, or I know I do sometimes, when I believe everything I think. Just because I think it doesn't make it so, doesn't mean it's the truth. And so I make up stories sometimes, and then I act as if they were true, not even really questioning, is this true? Is it really the truth? If it's my story, then it doesn't mean it is or it isn't, but I have to ask that question. I have to answer that invitation to ask. So I make up a story, and then I act like it was true, and then I tell my story to other people, and then it kind of draws other people in, and we get all bundled up together. And it's just a perception. It's a reflection of me. So it represents me, my story. And so sometimes I want to change you, but really I have to change me, and then that will be the change. So I have to just see my story as just my story. I love the quote, I think it was Anais Nin who said, you don't see the world as it is, you see it as you are. So this, Jerry and I wrote a song a long time ago. I think it was one of our first, when we did fall program, the year that Complaint Free World, Will Bowen, the author, came to our church, and we wrote 3 songs for that series, and this was one of them. Blues are not my normal genre to sing, but I'm going to channel my inner blues here, and Jerry wrote the really cool music for this, and I wrote the lyrics, so I make up a story as if it were true, and then I tell my story, but it's just my perception. So we're going to give this a try. I'm going to see if I can be bluesy here. The story of my story. You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
He's got some cool organ stuff here for us, so here we go. And see my story as a story and set us both free. Woo, that was my inner blues. That is a really fun song. Maybe we'll have to try that again. People used to like that one, so. But I have to remember that, the story of my story, because that's the third unity principle, the power of our minds to create our reality. So if I don't ask myself, check out that story, do a fact check on my own story, then it could cause some problems. And again, that invitation. We used to sing a song a long time ago called Come Into the Silence by Nancy Abercrombie, and we haven't sung the whole thing for quite a long time, but this is an invitation that I think brings us right to the essence of prayer and meditation. Come into the silence and just rest for a while. Release all these outer cares of the day, and there are many of them right now. I think we're all experiencing so many of them and trying our best to stay clear about who we are and what God is, and I think we're all doing that work and that practice, but sometimes we go in and out of it. So release all your cares of your day. Come into the silence and just quiet your mind, because Spirit has something to say. So that invitation is always there. God is always waiting for us to be ready and to dive a little bit deeper. So this song is a wonderful way for us to just take a pause and focus on prayer and meditation to find our yes, to continue to find that yes, and to find what is ours to do from that place? We'll come into the silence. Come into the silence, rest for a while, release all the cares of your day. Come into the silence, quiet your mind, spirit has something to say. If you will trust in God to guide you, trust in God inside you, be not afraid to let go. Spirit will befriend you, Spirit is within you, Spirit is love, you know. Come into the silence, rest for a while, release all the cares of your day. Come into the silence, rest your mind, spirit has something to say. And so take a deep breath. Come into the silence and quiet your mind just for a moment. Spirit has something to say. It's an open invitation. God is always everywhere, calling us gently. Release all the cares of your day. Just in this moment, quiet your mind and listen for what Spirit is trying to tell you. It's safe to let go. God is everywhere present, in and through and as you, and everyone you could ever meet. You can let go. It's safe to come into the silence. Whenever you need to rest and hear what Spirit is telling you, dive deeper. Say yes to that invitation. And from that knowing comes a peace and a joy and a feeling of yes. Yes, I'm not alone. I have everything I need to meet this moment and the next moment and the next moment in love, in peace, in grace, in joy. I cannot be where God is not. I'm never alone. So I take that knowing into the rest of my days, every moment, and I say, thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. And so from that time of prayer and meditation, which is the fourth unity principle, we can find that stillness, that peace that brings us back to the center. We can go deeper and deeper as much as we are willing to say yes. Get ready, my soul, because I'm diving in. And sometimes we can find that comfort. We don't have to be afraid. We have everything we need. And yet, at the same time, part of bringing it then out into the world involves being there for other people. So there's been a lot of isolation, and some people have been alone all these months of staying at home and sheltering in, and people are so longing in our church community to get back together, and I feel the same. I miss my friends, I miss hugging people and hugging, I'm a big hugger, and I miss hugging people as I see them and hugging my kids even, but we can still be there for one another, and I think it's so necessary right now that we are there for one another. And so part of the answering the invitation is to say, yes, I'm willing to do what I'm called to do, and what does love look like to give to another person, but it also is, how can I then ask for help? Part of it is being willing to reach out if I'm feeling alone or I need prayer support. There's prayer chaplains available at Unity Spiritual Center. We have a wonderful community, and we are there for one another. So sometimes we have to do it both ways. Be willing to reach out to others and be willing to reach out when we need help. So the next song that we're going to do as part of that, yes, is You Are Not Alone by Janice Stanfield. Look around and you'll see someone like me who's connected with you. We all do need that connection as we go through life. Everybody does go through good times and challenging times, and we need each other. But if you're willing to reach out, you're going to find someone looking your direction who is saying yes to love. So Janice Stanfield, if you don't know her, she's got a lot of great music along with, we use Daniel Nahmod tonight, danielnahmod.com, janicestanfield.com. There's just so many wonderful musicians and artists who have uplifting music that can be so powerful to help you answer the invitation. So You Are Not Alone by Janice Stanfield. You think you're the only one caught up under clouds that block the sun. Life's not easy, that's the breaks. Every one of us still makes mistakes. Everybody walks through heartache. Everybody walks through pain. But still we search the skies above for rainbows after rain. You are not alone. Look around and you'll see someone like me looking your direction. We all need connection as we stumble toward our dreams. You are not alone. Look around and you'll see. Live and learn, 'cause here's the deal. Everybody feels the things we feel. Love and fear and gratefulness. Angry words we can't forget. Everybody goes through bad times. Moments black as the night. But still we know the dawn is breaking on the other side. You are not alone. Look around and you'll see it's someone with skin on that's near you that can help you and be there, just know that you're not ever alone. You can reach out to your friends at Unity Spiritual Center. You can go within and know that God is waiting for you there. You are not alone. And the last song we want to do tonight comes from the taking action. The You Are Not Alone is also about action. Again, reaching out for help when you need it, but also being there for other people. We're all in this together. But the other piece of it is finding what you are called to be, and especially during these times, we are being invited to step forward and be the change, to be the peace, to be the love. We're called to be peace. We're called to be joy. We're called to be love always, but especially now. We are being called. And so each one of us has our own unique way of expressing God. And so whatever it is that you're called to do, as we sing this song by Faith Rivera, fabulous song, I love this song, Called to Be, there's a lot of wonderful lyrics of all the ways that we can be called. What is yours to do?
We are called to be everything.
we're called to be. We're called to be. And I hope you will get ready and dive in deep and say yes to that invitation that is always there for you. You have an open invitation to express God, to see the good in other people, to see the good in yourself, to find what is yours to do, and to go out into the world and be the peace and be the joy and be the love. I hope you've had fun this evening. I hope you come away with a little bit of inspiration, and that music brings the joy to you that it brings to Jerry and I. So thank you again for taking the time to be with us. We hope to see you soon, if not at Unity Spiritual Center for the services, then again next week. But until then, go and be the light.